Hi there, this is Peter Upvold. What I want to show you today is a couple of programs I wrote, Socky and SockyNotifier, for macOS that allow us to have a little heads up when something tries to connect to a port on localhost. This was inspired by Davey Wyberl, hope I'm saying that right, and this demonstration here. What you can see happening here in the network tab of the developer tools is it's constantly polling a number of common ports. So 3689 I think is Steam, and any website could be doing this. Some browsers block this. In this case, it's not being blocked. This remote web page is able, apparently, to try and connect to these ports on our local machine, and therefore might be able to enumerate services running on a local machine. And we don't want a random website to necessarily have that capability, or at least we want to know about it if that's happening. So, I wrote Socky and SockyNotifier. Very simple. I wanted something that would let me work with the core foundation APIs in C directly on macOS. This seemed like a relatively simple thing I could do to sort of learn about that myself. And then SockyNotifier is the other part of this. That's written in Swift, and that actually gives you a macOS notification up in the top right when something tries to connect to one of the ports you want to listen to. So that's the other part of it. So, don't know whether anyone would actually want to use this in practice, but I thought, out of interest, let's just show you how it works and show how to install it and get it working, just in case. So, the first thing I'm going to do is, it says build and copy. I actually have put together a binary release now. So I'm going to go ahead and download Socky here. Now, I'm going to install it just into the applications folder of this local user here. So we'll go ahead and make an applications folder. It magically gets the icon, and we will just throw it in there. I don't know why it's decided that it's an Amiga DMS disk archive. It is not. So we'll just rename it to get rid of that file extension, which we have to do from here because it just hid the extension. Right. Yes, I want to remove the extension. Good. Right. It's not executable yet, so I guess we will need to do that as well. So we will make it executable. And now if we say listened on 3689. Okay. Okay, x outer dash d com.apple.quarantine Socky. Okay, good. We can go 3689. Now it's listening on 3689. When this connects to 3689, it should get a different result. In fact, yeah, we see it no longer transfers 0 bytes. Now, we're not going to get any information about what the website wants to do. We're just going to get a notification that it's received a connection. Now, this is all very well and good, but we want this to be running in the background and maybe just throw a notification at us when a connection comes in. So let's do that. We'll quit that for now and install the other part of this, which is SockyNotifier. So again, I can just download the release. We'll throw that in applications. Okay, allow it to give us notifications. And now that is going to listen to for a user notification with a given name or given identifier. So when Socky receives a connection, it sends the notification and it will show up in the nice GUI. So we'll start it running again. It got a connection, and there we go, we get a notification up here. So you can run this with as many ports as you want. So I'll pick some of these other ports that it's trying to connect to. And as the web page goes through, we'll receive all these connections, and Socky will tell us about the connection attempts that it's heard about. So this is great. If you wanted to actually run this every time you log into your Mac, so you don't have to open up Terminal and start Socky and double-click SockyNotifier, that's fine. Let's do that now. So what we will need to do is set up a launch agent. In fact, 2 launch agents for each of the components. So I've put together something here already, which we can use. So I'll go ahead and grab this. and we want to save this in the library folder, which we can't see. So library, it appears that we don't yet have a launch agents folder for this user, so we'll make one. Launch agents, no space. And we'll give it the name of the bundle identifier here, socky.plist. I need to change a couple of things because I've actually just put it in the applications folder of this user. Applications. And then the other arguments can be the ports you want to listen for. So we'll save that now. And obviously run at load being true means that when you log in, this will automatically start and obviously run in the background. We want one more for SockyNotifier. We'll go ahead and save that. And again, it's in the I'm in the demo user. It would help to put demo. So, oh, you know what I've done? I've not actually changed this here, have I? So users, demo, applications, Socky, save that. Users, demo, applications, SockyNotifier. Run at load true. So we'll go ahead and save that again in library, launch agents, SockyNotifier.plist. Right, with those two launch agents in place, we can log out, we can log back in, and Socky and SockyNotifier will be running. And if we were to go back to this web page, we would just see the notifications. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's check to see if it's running. Yep, so both Socky and SockyNotifier are running because we set up the launch agents. So if we went back to the web page in question, we now get notifications as the ports that we've determined we want to listen to are having connection attempts. So this might be interesting. As I say, it's not super easy to install. It's not designed necessarily for that at the moment. It was just an interesting project that I was inspired to put together, and it taught me a lot about using the core foundation APIs in C to do something low level, and then using the notification capabilities built into macOS to pass that notification to another app, that app written in a more high level language like Swift.